Welcome to creamy mushroom pasta. This is one of our most popular recipes. Takes 15 minutes to make. Feeds 4 small people, 2 big people. Really tasty, really easy to make. Try to use wholemeal pasta because it's healthier and it literally takes 15 minutes. So first step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna toast our cashew nuts. We've 80 grams of raw cashew nuts. I have a wide bottom non-stick pan, kind of on a nice medium heat. And I'm just gonna pop in our cashews. You can skip this step, but with cooking, it's all about little details. And by toasting or caramelizing these, you're concentrating the flavor, you're bringing in more of that toasted caramelization note, and it literally will take 5 minutes. Just keep moving them around the pan so they kind of golden up on each side. So we toast it until they've kind of got little tiger stripes. Don't go too far, because if you do start to go too dark, you're gonna bring in just more of those kind of darker notes, which you don't really want. And so one of the cool things about this recipe is there's no refined oil going in it, or no refined fats. So I've got a pan nice and hot. Just make sure, if you're unsure if it's hot, just take a little bit of water, drop it in the pan, and you should hear it evaporating immediately. So I've got 2 red onions, small red onions, and 2 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna go in with the red onions first. And even without the oil, you'd be surprised how they'll just caramelize. So the reason why I'm not adding oil is I just want to make it lower in fat and lower in refined fats. A tablespoon of oil has 120 calories. So by not doing that, it just means this dish is going to be healthier, easier to digest, and easier to clean up afterwards. I've got 2 cloves of garlic, in they go, and you'll see the onions are starting to caramelize even in the absence of oil. So don't worry, we can still put them through enzymatic browning and develop loads of flavor. So we only want to leave the garlic in the pan for about a minute, just so it doesn't blacken. We kind of just want it to go slightly golden. So I've got 200 grams of mushrooms. I'm using oyster and some chestnut. Just 200 grams of mushroom, and some shiitake. So use 200 grams of mushrooms at choice. If you're not quick at chopping, do this before you put your garlic in. Otherwise, you're gonna be under pressure. So, if they do start to kind of brown and the pan is beginning to stick to the pan, I've got a little bit of water. This is veg stock. I'm just gonna put in 2 tablespoons. It's deglazing the pan. So it's just removing any kind of caramelized carbohydrate in essence, or starch from the pan. And we're trying to incorporate it into our sauce. I've got the 200 grams of mushrooms, and in they go into the pan. Might look like loads, but don't worry. They will cook down. Nice pinch of salt just to help release their liquid. And as things start to stick, just add a little bit more water. Don't be afraid. Okay, this is not a traditional Italian ingredient, but it really brings in that umami flavor and just pairs incredibly well with mushrooms. So, 3 tablespoons of tamari. If you don't have tamari, you could use soy sauce. Just pop it in once the mushrooms have just cooked down nicely. Okay, once our mushrooms have cooked down and lovely and brown, I'm just gonna take them out of the pan and just set them aside. Okay, time to make our sauce. This is really simple, and it's based on cashew nuts. So we have our 80 grams of toasted cashew nuts straight into the jug. I've got 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. If you don't have it, put in, half a clove of fresh garlic, chopped nice and finely. Juice of half a lemon, just make sure to squeeze it through your hands to catch any pips. Got a nice teaspoon of salt, and 450 ml of oat milk or non-dairy milk of choice. Pop the lid on, and we're gonna blend that until nice and smooth. Okay, time to cook our pasta. We have 250 grams of wholemeal pasta. If you can get wholemeal, it's better for you. And if you're gluten-free, brown rice is our favorite. So we've put the broccoli in just to cook it with it. So we put that in for about 4 minutes. Drain and rinse them both together, and we're ready to go. Okay, time to bring this dish together. So pan on a medium heat. First start by popping in about half the sauce. We're gonna use that just initially just to scrape out any of that residual flavor and just deglaze that pan and allow it to thicken. Okay, in goes our pasta and our broccoli. We're gonna pop in our mushrooms. We pop in about 3/4 of the mushrooms and keep a little bit just to go on top. We're gonna take the rest of our sauce and just add it in. If you can, as I did mention, it's all about the little details. Mushrooms and thyme go wonderfully, and I think they just really pair beautifully. So if you can, take some fresh thyme and just take a few leaves off the sprigs. Oh, lovely. So what we're trying to do here is just allow the sauce to thicken and kind of reduce to make sure that it just coats all that way. We see the way it's kind of sticking out, it's getting nice and creamy. Oh, this is a wonderful dish. So what thickens it up, obviously with the heat, the water evaporates from the oat milk, but also the starch of the pasta helps emulsify just to thicken it too. So just once it nicely coats the pasta, we're good to go. As I said, this does feed 4, but I'm just gonna feed myself. There you are, simple, easy, creamy mushroom pasta with wholemeal penne. Oh my God. It's creamy, it's sweet, it's balanced. There's a nice bit of acidity from the lemon, and those mushrooms are just popping full of flavor. This is a really wonderful recipe. It's healthier, it's lower in refined fat, as well as delicious. Full details down below for the recipe. If you do want to support this channel, our book is available to pre-order. It's the best book yet. It's called The Veg Box. It's tried to help you make vegetables more easy, more tastier, more delicious, and less food waste. Again, link down below to check it out. Thanks for watching this, and lots of love. Bye.